Hi, you're very welcome to today's episode. I'm going to be sharing with you a really simple mindset shift that has changed the game for me. This mindset shift helps me go to my workouts. It helps me eat healthy. It keeps me feeling good. It keeps all my lovely, healthy action steps in place. And I want to share it with you so much if you're struggling with consistency. One of the great things about hindsight is that it helps you see things really clearly. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever looked back in a period of your life where you really struggled, but with hindsight you're like, oh my God, that was just so simple. Why did I not know that when I was going through it? Well, this has happened to me with so many things recently. You see, for many, many years, I've been really unhealthy. I've really struggled. I've been really privately, massively stressed out. I've been up and down with my weight more times than I like to think. I've been a huge comfort eater. I turn to alcohol at the weekends to reduce stress, to unwind. And I have just really struggled. Even in all my years when I owned a gym and when I was a fitness coach. I still am a fitness coach with my online program, Thrive Coaching. But I mean, back before I got truly healthy, you know, when I was teaching classes and things like that, I was fit, but I wasn't healthy. I was stressed out. I was overeating. I was over drinking, and I really struggled. For a long time to get healthy. And there were periods of time when I did get healthy, but I was white knuckle riding it. And I know I've used that expression a good few times in my podcast episodes recently, but I can't get it out of my head because I just think it really describes it perfectly, you know? Like, have you ever been on a roller coaster or one of those rides and you're holding onto the sides because you're so scared, and you look down and your knuckles are all white? That's how I used to feel when I used to get to the end of a week where I was healthy, before I transformed and it truly became a lifestyle change for me. For example, if I was trying to lose weight and I had completed my 3 workouts and I had made dinner my last meal 5 days a week, I would be like the person on the roller coaster holding on tight. I'd get to the end of the week and I'd be like, oh, I did it. Oh my God, I did it. I did my 3 workouts and I didn't eat after my dinner 5 days a week. And although it's going to be like that for you for the first while you build in the new habits, it was never any different for me. I never got past that white knuckle ride. Never. I always just was winging it, relying on willpower, relying on motivation. If I had a good week, it was like, I can't believe I've had a good week. And of course I would undo it all at the weekend and go absolutely mental. But there's one thing that I do now when I'm not in the mood to do anything. Sometimes I can feel stress take over again. And for me, stress makes me want to do nothing. It makes me just not want to do my workouts. It makes me not want to eat healthy. It makes me not want to drink the big bottle of water in front of me. And a few months ago, I was waiting to do a workout. I was cleaning, getting the equipment ready, doing anything I could but the workout. Anything. I was distracting myself. I was hoping my phone would ring. And then I just thought to myself, I started to think to myself, what if I don't do this workout? What if I just don't do this workout? And it had happened to me the other day too. The day before that. And something inside of me said, what's the alternative? So I stood there in my usual position with the weights in my hand, feeling stressed out, an action about to take over, because that's how stress takes over my body. I just want to do nothing and not take action. I said, what's the alternative? And I went through that alternative. So it would be like a sliding door scenario. I wouldn't do the workout. I'd feel like crap. My mood would stay the same because I was in a particularly bad mood. The next day would be worse. So tomorrow would be worse because I wouldn't have had my workout done. My inaction would probably have caused me to spiral into a bigger negative mindset. And then over time, if I kept missing my workouts, I'd get unfit. I'd become unhealthy. I'd probably get weaker bones. My lean muscle would go. And I spent just a moment thinking about this. And then I was like, okay, so they're the choices. I put up with this temporary pain now of not wanting to do my workout when I have to go and do it. Or I can invite all that negative stuff back into my life. And when I put it like that, I was like, well, Jesus, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to go and do my workout. And when I after my workout, I was like, oh my God, I think I've just stumbled upon something that's really going to help me when I'm in that mood. You know, that mood where you just want to tear somebody apart. You just want to eat all around you. You know, that mood where you're just going to make things worse for yourself. Are you like that too? Like you wake up and you're just like, oh my God, I can tell this is one of the days. Whereas the old me would make this day 10 times worse. I'm feeling stressed out. The old me would have made my day worse by comfort eating, not moving, not drinking water, and feeling 10 times worse. So I thought, I think I've just landed on something really helpful here. And this is what I want to share it with you. That little expression, what's the alternative? And I've started to do this with everything in my life. When I'm in that mood where I want to sabotage things on myself, I say, well, what's the alternative? For example, if I don't want to healthy eat and I want to just eat really unhealthy food, I'm like, okay, so if I don't eat this healthy food, what's the alternative? And I walk myself through, okay, so you're going to get this unhealthy food. You're going to eat it probably in a really rushed way because you're going to be comfort eating. And that's what I do when I comfort eat. I rush my food. And I'm going to have probably about 10 seconds where I feel the stress go. And then I'm going to feel really bad. And I'm going to be just like feeling my stomach and going, oh, I don't believe it. What have you just done? You feel so bad. You used food for comfort rather than turning inwards. That's going to spiral me into feeling really negative in myself. I'm going to feel 10 times worse. I'm going to be really cranky. That's just going to make me cranky with Joe. I'm also going to feel more stressed out. Oh, okay. So I think I'm going to healthy eat today. I've done it with water. Like, okay, I don't want to drink this water. I'm stressed out. I'm annoyed. I'm in bad form. This big bottle of water beside me. I don't want to drink it. I'm annoyed. Okay, well, what's the alternative? Be annoyed and be dehydrated. So when we don't drink water, we get really bad indigestion. Our skin gets really like rough and puffy. And we also get irritable and cranky when we're dehydrated. So not only will I be annoyed and in bad form, I'll also have all those negative side effects as well. That just makes me want to drink water because I don't want to add 7 more problems to my problem. I want to be able to work on the one problem that I have, which is getting out of the negative mindset that I'm in, reframing my thoughts so that stress or whatever doesn't take away the joy that I know I can tap into today. And it's the same with everything. Try it yourself. I don't want to do my Thrive Time. What's the alternative? Walk it through. I don't want to eat healthy today. I don't want to do my movement today. Walk through the consequences of doing the other thing. And then on a longer term scale, a bigger scale, not exercising. Okay, don't exercise. High cholesterol, weaker bones. When you get older and you fracture, you fall, you're more likely to get a fracture. Potential osteoporosis. Feeling gross, feeling sluggish, feeling unfit. a lack of lean muscle, a slow metabolism. Jesus, no thanks. But that is what we get when we don't exercise. Fact. That's an absolute fact. And what we do get when we exercise is a high metabolism. I'm sure you're so sick of me saying this, but lean muscle mass. We get fit, we get strong. When we fall, we're less likely to fracture something. We can actually improve our bone density. We can actually prevent osteoporosis. And if we have osteoporosis, working out can help manage osteoporosis. It improves our mood. Motion creates emotion. So for me, that's the choice I have. I have also had to do a lot of work on like fear and being brave and courageous and bringing fear with me. I don't know why. I just am quite a fearful person. And I really have to work hard at being courageous. In the past, I get really stressed out if a problem comes my way. It feels like a lack of courage. Now, I know from what I've been through in my past, I am resilient. However, it feels to me like I'm really scared sometimes, and I'm gripped with fear. So a lot of the times, if I get into that mood where I just feel fearful of everything, I have to really talk to myself. Like even working, like making a podcast, I can let fear take over and just think, I can't do this podcast today. And then I'm like, okay, what's the alternative? You don't show up for your clients. You don't do your podcast. You're inconsistent. You're not practicing what you preach. You're letting fear take over. That's going to have a negative knock-on effect on my self-esteem and on my confidence. I'm going to feel like crap about myself. And I walk myself through these like, what's the alternative sliding door scenarios? And I always, without fail, decide myself that the only option for me is to go and do the podcast. You know, it's a really simple mindset shift. But I must say it is really helping me show up. It's helping me show up better in my work. In the past, for me, if I ever haven't shown up, it's never through to laziness. It's always down to fear. I let fear get hold of me and I just freeze into inaction. And for you, it might be different. For you, you just might be not at a point yet where you decide you love the workouts, because that's a mindset shift too. We can continue to tell ourselves that we hate working out so much that we don't want to do workouts. So before you have that mindset shift where you've just decided you're going to enjoy your workouts, for you, it might be just that you don't want to work out because you don't enjoy them yet. So for you, it might be just deciding, okay, well, what's the alternative? And then talking yourself through not working out, missing your workouts, going around and what's going to happen, and versus going and doing it and working out, and just walking yourself through the consequences of your actions, walking yourself through the alternative. And what I've noticed with myself is that the excuses go. You know those excuses like, I didn't drink water today because it was too cold outside. I didn't do my workout today because I didn't get a good night's sleep. I didn't do my workout today because I didn't have the right gear with me, because my arm was sore, because you can do lower body workouts, and if your leg is sore, you can do upper body workouts. It's still movement. It's still all great. But it really helps me, and it might help you too, stop making excuses and to really go and do the thing, because you see really clearly that there's a choice in front of you. One is continuing on the success train, and the other one is going down the failure train or the failure line. And I want you to just visualize for a second 2 lines beside each other, like 2 lines. Line A, success, line B, failure. And the really annoying thing about success and failure is that for a long time, you cannot tell you can't physically tell, like, how do I explain this? Like, you could miss your workouts and eat crap for 2 weeks And for everybody on the outside, you can't tell. The two lines, success line and failure line, they look the exact same. You're beside somebody who is not missing their workouts. They're doing their workouts and they're eating healthy, and you're missing your workouts and you're not eating healthy. And you both look the same. Both is the same. You can't tell. The consequences of your action aren't that big yet. But what happens over time, like the compound effect, is the person on the success line takes off, and the person on the failure line takes off the other way. That there are consequences to the tiniest of actions. The workouts that you say no to, the healthy food you don't eat, the water you don't drink, over time it compounds. It compounds and it compounds. And there is consequences to that. So I'm done. I hope you found that helpful. I hope you can take away from that. It's helped me. I hope it helps you. What's the alternative? The next time you're faced with a decision to make, I couldn't be fecked doing the workout, couldn't be fecked healthy eating. What's the alternative? And take yourself down that journey, and you may just decide that actually going and doing the thing that's best for you is by far the best thing for you to do, and it might really help you go and do the thing. But I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did enjoy it, I would love for you to help me get a tiny little podcast like mine out in front of more people. It is my mission to help women over 40 get fit, healthy, and feel great in their clothes without dieting, calorie counting, or going to the gym. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for listening.